Welcome back. The 29-year-old complainant in the sexual harassment case against scientist RK Pachauri has now resigned from the Delhi-based think tank TERI. In a resignation letter, the complainant has launched a scathing attack on the TERI administration, accusing them of mistreating her in the worst possible manner. The complainant has alleged that TERI created a hostile atmosphere for her, which escalated with time and showed no signs of subsiding. The research scholar accusing TERI of protecting Dr. Pachauri, providing him full immunity despite being held guilty of sexual harassment at the workplace. TERI, however, claims it has been completely fair to the girl. We've been trying to get an official response from Dr. Pachauri and TERI. We still haven't got one. Joining me now to get a sense of what this case really means for the entire battle that women have at the workplace, particularly when it comes to allegations of sexual harassment. Brinda Grover joining me. Appreciate your joining us, advocate at the courts and human rights activist. Brinda, what does this case suggest about the problems that still exist when a woman decides to take on someone powerful? We don't have Dr. Pachauri's side or TERI's side, I must tell you, but I want to understand from what the lady has said in a letter, what do you make out of it?
I think the facts speak for themselves. What we have on record, if we just go through the facts, it's very clear. Here is a complaint that gets made in February of 2015. Soon after that, she files her complaint also with the Internal Complaints Committee, not just with the police. The Internal Complaints Committee of TERI indicts him, holds him guilty on charges of sexual harassment. The governing body, since Pachauri is the head of the institution, he is not only the head of TERI, but he is a globally influential, powerful person. The governing board, instead of paying attention to this and being fair in the matter, does not do anything, and he moves the industrial tribunal, who I do not know if they have jurisdiction in this matter, but they very conveniently award him a stay. He moves the industrial tribunal 10 days after the ICC report is out. In that interim period of 10 days, the governing board, which has the who's who of the corporate world, and they should be named, Mr. Deepak Parekh, Ms. Naina Lal Kidwai, at that time even Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, I'm told she has now since resigned, nothing is done. They have said in some statement, and they have chosen not to be on your show, that they have been fair and absolutely neutral. What does neutrality mean here? Let's look at what the law says. The law passed says that you must assist the victim. You must give her leave if she requires. You must make sure that during that interim period of the complaint, she is not further harassed. If she wants, transfer the person she has accused away from the workplace. They also say help her in going to the police and fighting her case. And they say they are being absolutely neutral. By being neutral, they have violated their statutory obligations. Can I point out what their statutory obligations are? They have to make sure that there is a work environment that is safe. They had already failed. Once a complaint is made, it means that the organization has failed. There was no ICC in place. We all know the ICC was reconstituted because there was no ICC, there were no workshops, there was no orientation. The Vishaka judgment only came in 1997. TERI is not some ordinary organization. It's an organization of experts, scientists, highly educated persons. And as I said, with the most illustrious governing board. She is entitled to take 3 months leave under section 12 of this law. And TERI has the absolute audacity to say that they have given special privileges to her. Is TERI above the law? Or more pertinently, is Mr. RK Pachauri above the law?
You know, since TERI and...
Do we know that the charge sheet in this case, can I just point out one thing? The charge sheet in this case, when there is so much furor being made about, oh, we are so serious about crimes against women. The charge sheet in a complaint filed and an FIR registered in February 2015, we are in November 2015. The charge sheet has not been filed. Do we need any more evidence of the power that Pachauri exercises and how everybody is complicit from state, police and the TERI board?
I'm going to leave it there, ma'am. You know, unfortunately, I hope that the other side will speak. You've raised several relevant issues, several issues that demand an answer and demand that TERI be held accountable on those issues, Brinda Grover. I hope that these issues will be discussed, debated and answered by the other side. Otherwise, this case will become a test case of why the Vishaka judgment has failed to deliver true justice to women who believe they've been sexually harassed at the workplace when it involves powerful people. Brinda Grover, as always, a pleasure talking to you.
I just want to say one. I
Yes.
just want to say one thing, Rajiv.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to also show that when women raise their voice, when women say that what has been done to me is wrong, it's not enough to stand outside and generally scream. Or as somebody earlier in your show was saying about misogyny and women's rights.
Right.
Women are paying a price when they stand up for their rights. And therefore, TERI needs to be held accountable.
I take your point, ma'am, and I hope TERI will respond and realize the gravity of what you're saying. Thank you very much for joining us, Brinda Grover there.